Happy Friday!
Everything you say is on.
We're told that we're on, but we still have to verify because we see it just a little bit after it actually goes on. But I'm Mike from Living on a Dime, assuming that you're out there. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new here, we're still glad you're here.
Easy chocolate oatmeal cake.
And happy Friday. So Mike's going to be cooking today, making chocolate oatmeal cake.
There we are.
Out of Dining on a Dime Cookbook on page 229.
And what's happening with Dining on a Dime Cookbook for Mother's Day?
And in honor of Mother's Day, because cookbooks are so popular as Mother's Day gifts.
And this one she'll actually want.
Yeah, so we have decided to go ahead and offer the free shipping sale again. So right now, we just made it free shipping earlier today.
So go grab free shipping.
So go grab free shipping on a Mother's Day gift that she'll open over and over again and love it and think of you every time. Actually, we were surprised we didn't know till we had been doing this for, I don't know how many, 8 or 9 years, that cookbooks are one of the most popular Mother's Day gifts.
Yes.
So,
yes, they are.
ooh.
Yep. Jack, there's pizza if you want some.
So anyway.
There's one good thing about 420.
What?
Cheap pizza.
Yay. So what is everybody saying as we're getting ready?
They're getting ready. They're saying, what? Mike's cooking? What
Mike?
is 420? What does that mean?
April 20th.
Why is 420 something important?
It's Weed Day.
Huh?
Weed Day?
Yeah. Topper celebrates it.
Seriously?
Which is why
They fire employees for using it?
And why is it 420?
But they celebrate it?
Is that the day we legalize marijuana or something
Apparently
here?
so.
I don't know. I don't know what the significance is.
Oh, okay.
That's not an important part of our show. Just kidding. Hey, but I'm glad you're here. Did you have a good day at work? Have we switched roles? Yes.
Well,
For today.
Shelly, good to see you. Yes, so I had BJ bring home pizza because it's super cheap today. Because, well, you just can. And it was like $11 for a huge pizza and sticks. So.
Oh, Jonathan, I think I'm in a cave. Sorry.
No, you're not going to cave. Okay. Hello, Patty. So Mike is making oatmeal.
I'm making oatmeal chocolate cake.
Chocolate cake.
Oatmeal cake.
Chocolate oatmeal cake.
From Dining on a Dime. And
which is on sale with free shipping if you're just now joining us.
And Tara will be sharing a link for that.
And I will be doing links.
Yay. All right. So, camera dude, why don't you go over there so we can get the shot on what we're going to be doing here in a second. Okay.
Don't break my thing.
Mom's giving BJ the sting bag.
So.
The best pizza ever.
It's the best pizza ever.
Oh man,
You
that
love
looks
it?
good. That looks delicious.
It's really
That's not hers.
All right.
Annie, would you start doing grocery hauls? We want to see how you put into practice what you teach. Actually, yes, I already have 2 grocery hauls scheduled, for one for Sunday and one for next Sunday that I shot in January and February, and I just haven't had time to edit them. So.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start this recipe. Starts with 1.5 cups of hot water. Oops. And 1 cup of oatmeal. So I'm going to go ahead and put the oatmeal in here. We have to pour the water into the oatmeal and let it thicken. It says about 5 minutes. Yeah, get a spoon, my love.
Carrie, yes, we can ship directly to anybody. Just put their address in the shipping instead of yours.
Mix the sugars and the oil in a bowl. All right. That can be this bowl, right?
Yep. And don't forget, guys, our How to Save on our groceries e-course is also on sale today.
Tara already mixed the sugars, so I'm going to go ahead and pour them in here. They're together mixed here. Yay. And mixing the sugars and the oil. This was the oil, right, dear?
Yep.
Wow, I came here and my assistant had already done a lot of the separating of the ingredients, which is very nice.
I think she should have a kiss for that.
Oh.
I'll kiss you.
No,
We have to tilt the camera up, though.
Guys, this is a family show.
All right.
New Zealand. Hello, New Zealand.
So I'm mixing up the sugars and the oil right here, and that's probably good enough. Beat the egg whites in another bowl. Whoa, this is a lot of bowls.
Dad, thank you, Bandana Grandma.
Okay.
Uh-oh,
Yes,
2 families on, and Daryl is on here.
What?
Oh, dear.
Thank you.
Jonathan, did you give us a $10 super chat, you wonderful you. Mike is cooking. This is to replace your fire extinguisher when he burns things down.
Mike has never separated.
Oh, it's Backwoods Raised is who it was.
Mike has never separated egg whites before, so he's trying this.
Well, there you go.
Tara said she would teach me, but I watched this 1-minute YouTube video with a French chef doing it. What do I do with the yolks? Just pour them in another container?
Yeah.
Did you tell people what happened yesterday?
Thank you, Spicy. Guys, go over and I'm going to. Go over and check out Spicy at Backwoods Raised or Bud.
Spicy!
Love him, love him.
You should come visit us.
Wait, he made the Bud's Workshop stuff? Or?
I almost forgot this
No,
is whites
uh-uh.
only.
Oh, okay. You said Bud.
Here, let me get his YouTube channel here, Backwoods Raised. He has all kinds of fun stuff on there.
So if you were watching and you've never separated egg whites before, you just pour it back and forth until most of the white is in there, and then you save the yolk for something else.
And this is your first time doing it, isn't it?
I've never done this before. I've kind of seen people doing it. Oops, maybe I'll pour this in here in case I make the mistake and pour the yolk in there. So I've kind of seen people do it before. You just kind of crack it a little, and then you separate it. And, except I over-separated that one. And you just pour it back and forth, and let the egg white part go in. And then... except what if I got a little, drop of the yolk in there?
I'll show you how to do it. Take the egg shell, the one that doesn't have yolk on it, and scoop it out. Yep.
If there's a tiny bit of yolk, is that a problem?
No, it's best if you don't get it in there, but because the fat keeps it from fluffing up.
Are we making this
but
for those people
if you can.
I wasn't sure how perfectionist I need to be about that part. Okay.
Why do you need to separate the
Hey
whites?
guys, bye to family.
Well, what is it because it makes it fluffy, you said?
Yeah, and you got a little shell in there too.
And if I was doing this for a restaurant, I wouldn't use my finger for that, but I separated out the shells. I'm going to pour that white in there too. So that one I squeezed the egg a little too hard, which is why I'm doing it in a separate bowl from the other ones in case I really catastrophically mess it up.
Yep.
I don't have to waste all the eggs.
Okay, the Pinterest giveaway. If you guys want to enter the Pinterest giveaway, go pin something from our website, and here's the link for you to enter because we are giving away a cookbook tonight for our Pinterest giveaway.
Mike acts like he knows how to do this.
You look like a professional.
All right. I'm going to pour this in here and go.
Yeah, if you guys want to order a cookbook, do it now. We have free shipping.
Wow.
For Mother's Day, so go check it out.
Tara's a little more lively on the comments than she was the other day.
Hey, Go Ahead 101, what's up?
Okay, so at this point I'm supposed to beat the egg whites. How long do I beat them? It doesn't say. Just
beat them? What's the directions say? I don't remember.
It says beat egg whites in another bowl and pour into sugar mixture.
Okay, well just beat them for a little bit.
Ooh. Can you see that? So is it supposed to fluff up a certain way or what?
Yeah, you just get them fluffed up a little bit.
Like that?
Yeah.
Or more?
A little bit more.
Wow, it's getting all foamy. See, Mike's just learning.
Yeah, it's probably good. Did you turn on your oven?
No.
Okay.
Turn
Ooh,
oven
Lynn has
to
50 pounds of
350.
oatmeal. Here you go, Lynn. That's what you use it for.
You know, Mike forgot the #1 rule is read the whole recipe before you start making it. All right, beat the egg whites in another bowl and pour into the sugar mixture. So
yay, Bandana Grandma says she has some people that might come to our meetup, some of her viewers. So if you guys want to come July 1st to Meade, Colorado, we are having a Living on a Dime meetup.
So if I mix well, when it says mix well, does that mean with just a spoon?
Yep.
All right, so now I'm mixing well.
There you go.
Are you sure you're well in mixing?
Ooh, Bandana Grandma's got a Bing cherry tree that's getting ready to do all kinds of happy stuff with cherries. Yay!
Fernie. I need a little hat. So how much do I mix it?
Like that. That looks good.
So where are all these brown spots coming? Is that the sugar?
Where?
There's darker brown spots in it.
It's the brown sugar that didn't dissolve yet.
Oh. So do I need to keep mixing it then? Or...
Nah, it'll mix later.
All right, so now it says add flour, cocoa, baking soda, and salt. Here's the flour. Let's see, I need 1 and 1/2 cups, right? I forgot where I was on the flour. 1 and 1/2 cups of flour, okay. So there's 1, and I'm just gonna wing it. Well, actually, I guess on cakes you maybe shouldn't wing it too much. That's about
No,
half.
don't wing it too much.
Okay, let's see. The flour, cocoa, baking soda, and salt. Here's the cocoa. And we've got baking soda and salt mixed together already. Okay, and then it says blend. So that's in a blender, right?
Oh, you can. Yeah, go for it.
Except I got some... Oh, was I supposed to put the... Oh, oatmeal's at the end. Okay. So there's some stuff that's not coming off the spoon, so I'm gonna...
Alright.
Alright.
Stick it in that little book.
Now I'm gonna blend it. Dun 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 dun. Oops. Except the wire
You're
is
doing good.
much shorter. Okay.
Guys, this kind of oatmeal is the quick cooking oats. Sorry, go ahead.
You do it to me, so it's my turn.
Woo!
So why is the blender starting and stopping so much?
Probably because I need a new one.
Oh, there. Oh, it's between. It was between gears. So Tara's coughing and choking. Dave, is this still?
Yeah.
Wow. And I'm going ahead and getting on the sides to get as much as I can, so none of it gets wasted. Because that's how I roll. Okay, is that probably enough?
Yep, looking
I'm assuming
good.
since it didn't say it, that's going to be enough.
Yep.
All right. And I'm just going to see if I can get
What page is this on in Dining on a Dime Cookbook, which has free shipping right now, dear?
It is on page 229 in the Dining on a Dime Cookbook, which has free shipping. Yay.
Good news. Mom got the index done for the 20th anniversary edition coming up next year.
Mike's going to turn this on real high so Tara will have chocolate on her face. And then Mike will have to remedy that for you. Just kidding. Okay, add oatmeal and vanilla. So here's the oatmeal. And pour the oatmeal in there. Wow, this is looking like it's going to be really nice. Can they see it all right, Dave?
Yeah. Can you move it a little bit this way? I mean, you can't really see it in the
And 1 teaspoon of vanilla.
How far away is Pueblo from Mead? We're only about an hour and a half, an hour 45 minutes. So that is close enough for you to come.
If you want.
And sometimes Mike gets a little crazy with the 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Can never have too much vanilla, people.
Happy Friday, Shannon!
And mix well.
Yeah,
oh,
Patty,
oops.
are you going to come to our meetup? You better. You're really close, girlfriend.
Oh, Patty G?
She's in Longmont.
Here, I'm going to see if I can keep as much of this as possible. Mike is weird about that. All right. Now, I'm going to blend a little more. It says mix well, but it's kind of hard. It's kind of getting stiff. So I'm going to mix it with it. Largely with this. It doesn't matter if I do this, right? For the oatmeal. I'm not making it too smooth, right? Right? Commander?
Huh? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
It's not going to hurt if I use the blender with oatmeal, right?
No, that's
All
not
right.
good. Oh, I put in the dishwasher too. What? Why is the dishwasher just... Oh, man.
All right.
Well, it's done. This is the second washing it's going
So,
through. already washed once.
now I need a
It's in
bacon grease 9x13 inch pan. Now Tara said,
All right, Stephanie and Lisa
You can
just
go ahead and
got your
tilt up a little
entry
bit.
for the Pinterest giveaway.
if you can have sort of a little of me in that, that'd be awesome. So we're gonna go ahead and use these. And Tara said instead of the 9x13, which is fine. It was just her preference. So I'm gonna
Okay.
it says a greased pan, so I'm gonna spray this in here. Oh, now if we don't know if the oven's all the way hot yet, I'm not over greasing it down.
Oh, man. Oh! Yeah.
Do I have to grease the sides?
Well, you're supposed to, but... Oh, man, dude.
Now you know how I feel with your...
Do this
So
over
used.
the sink so you don't get grease all over your floor. There you go.
See, we need to add that in the next edition. Just kidding. All right. So, I'm going to pour it.
Yes, Amy, what do you need? The world needs more vanilla people. So we're putting this in 2 loaf pans because apparently Jamie wants one.
Okay.
Will the meetup be a potluck? Yes, it is a potluck if you want to bring one thing. Now, if you're coming from out of state, of course, you don't need to bring anything. But if you're in Colorado and coming, it would be helpful if you could.
So this isn't very thick in here. Is this
Ooh,
going to be
Jennifer's
enough
in Boulder. Yeah.
for these 2 pans?
Jennifer's in Boulder. I hope you're coming, Jennifer. She says she is. Okay, here's
Which Jennifer?
the Pinterest link again for you guys to go enter the Pinterest giveaway. We're giving away a book today.
Which Jennifer?
Jennifer W.
Oh, okay. Hey, all right. I guess I do remember you saying you were in Colorado before, and I was wondering.
So
this is enough to be thick.
Crystal says it cracks her up that you refer to yourself in the third person.
A guy does that sometimes. Just kidding. I do? How do I... Oh, I guess I have, haven't I? So you're sure this is enough? It's not very deep.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a cake, not a bread.
Oh, I didn't know. Does it rise a lot?
Not a lot, but... I mean, it'll double.
Oh, okay. So
Yay, Kimberly got yours pinned. Good job, Kimberly. Or you can put, yeah, Denise says she sprays her pans outside. You can do that too. Oh, Kathy says the world needs more happily married couples. Oh. Yay.
So the thing about Mike referring to himself in the third person is funny because when we lived in Idaho, you can go ahead and tilt up. Oh, can you see me?
Tilt up.
They can kind of see you. I mean, it's...
So, I wonder, is that 350 already?
Yep.
Okay.
There
We're
you
gonna put this in
go.
for 30 to 35 minutes.
Tara said, so now you have to take it. Oh, wait, stop. Hold on. Okay, hold on. So when you make a cake and you have all this muck around the sides, you need to scrape it down, otherwise it'll get hard and nasty.
Scrape it down with this?
Yeah. Sorry.
Wait, now the directions didn't say that.
Well, I know, but the directions are assuming you're not being a slop with your... with your putting it in the pan.
I was trying not to lose even the slightest amount of this yummy chocolate lusciousness.
Wipe the side of that.
So it doesn't matter if your cleaning fairy is the one that's doing it?
Well, it just... The hard pieces fall into
like
the cake then.
how perfectionist
Yeah,
do I need to be with all that?
You don't need to be too perfectionist, but I mean a little bit. Yeah, here's for the meetup again, guys, so you can have the
Can you see Mom too?
so you can have all the information.
All right, so do I need to change the oven? Probably put it on the bottom one, or do I
No,
need
yeah, just on the bottom one's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Where was I?
And even though I'm asking Tara a lot of these questions, if she wasn't here, I would just do it. But
See, Jamie even said you got to wipe the sides or it'll burn.
I see.
And then the bird parts fall into your cake, and you don't want that. And Jamie's eating this, so she doesn't want that.
I see. Well, that would be a good reason to be.
All right, pull up a chair and we'll chit chat. Okay, guys. So,
So-
see,
oh,
even Mike, who
Even
has
Mike.
never made this recipe, got it done in about 15 minutes.
I've only ever made, what, 3 cakes in my life?
And he was yapping while he was doing it. So you could probably, I get it done in like 5 to 10 minutes.
Well,
So being on the show, it slows us down.
Mike was actually trying to
And-
not go too fast, too. that way
Mike,
we have a chance to chat.
nothing like walking through a cloud of Pam spray when you wear glasses. Thank you, brother. I totally get it.
Who said that?
Oh,
Mike D.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah, totally.
Then your glasses get like super dirty.
Yeah.
So, somebody was talking about me referring to myself as in the third person, and it was funny because when we lived in Idaho, one of the things that struck us is where we were, everybody, all the guys that we met would refer to themselves in the third person, and it took
Yeah.
us a while to realize they were referring to themselves, because they would say, you know, the other day a guy was heading up the grade and basically driving up the road, and it was just funny that they would always call themselves a guy. Like, which guy?
Okay, the links are being turds. Why is this not found now?
Because you have the July at the end.
Oh,
not part of the
hold
link.
on, guys. Let me get the link. I'm copying. Oh, I see. Sorry, copying the wrong thing.
And
okay,
on YouTube,
here,
you have to put a space before it, or else it will link the other stuff too, which is
here
like
it
you
is.
just didn't do it. You have to put a
What?
space there, or else it'll put the words as part of the link sometimes.
Oh.
So.
Okay. So here it is, guys. Once again, Living on a Dime get together that we are having on. Why didn't that go away?
Did you see the apron? This was Emily's grandfather's apron?
Yeah.
Yay.
So, okay, Ellen wants to know, what do I think of Back to Eden gardening? I think he stole my idea.
Is it square foot?
No. So,
that's just throwing everything out there all mixed together.
I have been doing Back to Eden gardening literally for the last 30 years. So, I've been doing Back to Eden gardening before Back to Eden gardening was even a thing.
Why don't you clarify for us what that is?
It's where you pile up wood chips and then you plant in the wood chips, and then over time your soil builds up. That's the only way I have ever gardened. Ask Mike, he's been my wood chip hauler man.
What page was this on?
And what? Stop yelling at me, dishwasher.
Just because it's not.
So yeah. Okay, yeah. So, yay, Jamie officially got the cookbook ordered. Yes, the cookbook is free shipping right now.
Open the door and close it again.
For Mother's Day. If you guys are wanting Dining on a Dime cookbook, go grab it.
Oh.
It is free shipping right now.
And this chocolate oatmeal cake that we're making is right here on page 229. And it said 30-35 minutes, and I just remembered I didn't set the timer, so I just now set the timer. And it should be done before the show is over. Oh, we didn't make any frosting for it. I guess we can do that
if you want.
Once it cools.
Yeah. Everybody says you're having too much fun. Mom is not here. She is looking at a house with my sister-in-law because they're trying to move. So my brother and sister-in-law are trying to move, so that's where Mom is today. And yes. So yeah. So anyway, Karen, Mike, your laugh makes me smile. You both are so much fun to watch. Thanks for the quality content. Now, that's not what a lot of people were saying Wednesday night and yesterday to me. They were not saying that to me.
Is there any reason that I need a separate bowl for the frosting?
No. So you're going to make frosting now?
Well, should I not?
Well, you can. I just didn't know if you wanted to make frosting.
I don't mind.
So, back to Eden gardening. It's my favorite way of gardening. I have gardened that way in Idaho, Kansas, Texas, and Colorado. Only way I will garden is putting wood chips down. I also compost in place. And
she just throws stuff on the ground and lets it rot.
That's what it means. I don't make compost piles anymore. As a matter of fact, I got rid of my compost pile last year, and I just directly throw all my stuff. How do we stop that thing from beeping?
You don't.
I directly throw my stuff straight into the garden now. Our dishwasher won't stop bleeping, and it's driving me crazy, but I don't want it running again. It's already run. I do raised beds with wood chips. So that's what I
Here's
do.
what we do. We go out in the garage and we turn off the breaker.
Okay, Mike's gonna turn off the breaker.
Wait, be careful.
Yes,
All the lights are gonna turn off.
my brother and sister-in-law have not found a house yet. Shh, stop. They are looking for a house, but they need a specific house because my brother is in a lot of severe pain and can't use stairs anymore. So they need something that's like a ranch. All right. Hello, Norway. Lalia? Is that how you say your name? Thank you for stopping that beeping.
You're welcome. Do I have to use margarine or can I use butter?
Yeah, butter tastes better, but you can use margarine.
It says margarine, but I was thinking butter. Jack, excuse me.
Debbie, the name of the book that I mentioned Wednesday is It's Not My Fault.
1/4 cup margarine. So Mike is just winging it now.
Yeah. Wait, no, don't wing it. So show them how to measure right there on the side of the...
No.
It tells you how many tablespoons.
No, I wasn't winging it that way. Oh, 4 tablespoons is a cup. So on the side of the butter or the margarine, it has the measurements. And I realized that's more than I thought. So I'm going to get this other stick of butter over here. And 4 tablespoons.
Okay, guys, here's the Pinterest giveaway directions right here. You can go there and check it out.
When I said winging it, I didn't mean I was winging it on putting in a random amount of ingredients. I meant...
Yeah, I just throw all my garden stuff straight in my garden and just put wood chips on top of it and let it rot right there. So, yep, I do. Thank you, Lisa. I'm glad you like my shirt.
Now Mike is admitting that he has to look over his glasses to see small print. Okay, salt.
No, it didn't shut off the oven, LJ.
Half cup of cocoa, quarter cup. Yeah, it's only our dishwasher and our disposal are on the same, and that's all. Let's see, half cup of cocoa. So,
what page is the frosting on? It is on page... Oh, that's the wrong frosting. Are you doing chocolate frosting?
Should I not be?
Oh, you're doing chocolate frosting. Sorry.
Is this
page
sufficient?
242.
Am I making a sufficient amount of this chocolate frosting?
Yes. Sorry, I thought...
There's actually one on the post that has fewer ingredients, but...
Yeah, chocolate frosting. Denise, we get our glasses at zennioptical.com. Z-E-N-N-I optical.com.
Ellen wants to know, is that 8 tablespoons half a cup?
Can you put pumpkin and brownie mix?
I don't know on the half a cup how many tablespoons that is.
A half a cup is 8 tablespoons.
Yeah, it's a quarter cup that the recipe calls for, doesn't it? Yeah, a quarter cup. And I just put in the salt. Now I'm going to put in the cocoa, and this is a half cup, so I'm just going to, well, it's kind of jammed in there.
Do we have recipes without meat? Well, this is a good old-fashioned cookbook. So there's tons and tons of recipes that aren't meat in there, but we do have an entire meat chapter. I counted for one vegan one time, and there's 40 recipes that use meat. So, yeah.
But even those can be modified if you want.
Yeah. Yeah. So Donna wants to know, Tara, can you put pumpkin in brownie mix? Yeah, you can do that.
Milk, vanilla, powdered sugar.
Yep.
Whoa, there's a whole lot of sugar.
Okay, and our Dining on a Dime cookbook. Guys, we cannot get all of the comments. We try to get as many as we can, but if we miss your comments, just go ahead and repost it and we'll see if we can catch it. But we can't get every single comment usually. So, all right, Dining on a Dime, free shipping right here.
Oh, this is a half cup. Okay, so that was a half cup cocoa. That's good. A quarter cup of milk. So I'm only going to, if those of you who know your math, I'm pouring the half cup halfway.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with eating margarine. So I'm just going to say that right now. Don't be sending me emails. There's nothing wrong with eating margarine.
Although we did use butter this time.
If you send Mom an email, she will just delete it.
And let's see, 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. And again, Mike is, a little too liberal with the vanilla. So that's 3 of these so I'm going to go with 2.
So Jackie, all the recipes in the book are my mom, mine, my grandma, and my great-grandma's.
3.5 cups of powdered sugar, and I'm going to measure it with a half cup. So I'll have to put
Shannon.
7.5 cups.
Mike's making frosting now, Jonathan.
It wasn't actually on the agenda, but I just decided to do it. So 3.5 cups, and the 1 cup measure is in the flour. And
guys, sometimes the links don't get through on Facebook. Go to livingonadime.com, click on show notes, and you can find all the information there for the links that we're putting in.
Ellen says margarine just tastes bad. Yeah, it might, but if you add salt to it, it tastes good.
You know, when I was a kid, I thought I liked it a lot better than butter, but as I've gotten older, I like the butter better. The butter better?
Yeah, Kelly, people need to stop being afraid of food. It's absolutely ridiculous now. And I don't know, there's days I'm thinking I'm going to do a video on it, but then...
Just think of the starving kids in Africa.
Just think of all the hate mail I'll get.
Hey, one thing about that food is if you... let's see, that's 4. That's 2 cups. Okay. So a lot of time, if you hear something about food that troubles you, but you hear it from somebody's website that maybe has an ad that says something like grocery stores fear him or something like that, I would, if you look at what they say and you kind of think, wow, that sounds scary, I would maybe try to find out if there are actual studies that show that what they say is true. Because a lot of people on the internet say a lot of things, but doesn't always mean that it's true.
Yes, this is a family cookbook. Good old-fashioned recipes like Grandma used to make. Good food that tastes great. Really delicious. So, Sharon, if you're not getting the links, go to livingonadime.com and click on the show notes. And you'll find the Pinterest giveaway information there. Just follow that link.
And, oops. So, this is taking a little longer because I wasn't planning to do the frosting. Or I didn't think about the frosting, but I decided to do it. So, beat until smooth. All right. Gonna back up with that computer woman. What? Hey, Dave, why don't you tilt the camera down? Well, that's the slowest speed.
It is?
Oh, maybe there's a 1 and it just isn't marked. Or it was 2. Ooh. Actually, I was kind of getting the powdered sugar in there. Mike actually has very little experience doing this. He says just before he throws powdered sugar over Tara. Wow, that's looking pretty awesome.
Mine gets the littlest cooking.
I wonder if I need to warm this before I put it on the cake.
No.
Why didn't you guys name your first son Ike?
There you go.
And then I'll just get that off of there like that. I was doing that to try to get it off the beaters, but without throwing it all over Tara.
Well, that's
Who wants to lick chocolate beaters?
Tara wants the beater. Let me test. Here, I'll taste test. Let me see.
Here, Dave, turn up the camera. So.
I think I better have a little bit more. I don't think I know if it's poisonous yet.
Okay.
Oh man, it's chocolate.
Yum. Jack, do you want a beater?
So this is the chocolate frosting I just decided to make
You should
for
make some poop emojis.
the chocolate cake that's in the oven right now. And it's chocolate oatmeal cake. Oh,
want
that
a
sounds
beater?
delish. Tara said it's really good. And I
no
don't
thanks.
recall if I've eaten it before. I'm not supposed to be eating the chocolate, but...
You've beaten it?
Oh man, that's really good frosting. Mike is amazing because
David
of
says,
the Dining on a Dime Cookbook. I'm just kidding.
which is free shipping right now.
Page 242.
David says, my girlfriend wants to know how to get one that cooks. You tell him you're cooking tonight.
Wait, what? I have a girlfriend now?
Not you, David. Different David. Oh,
That's
so
what you do.
so for those of you movie trivia buffs who laugh at things that they might hear on site,
Yum.
the other day we were going to go for a bike ride, and Dave here said he came to me and I couldn't hear what he was saying, and from a distance I just kind of barely made out what he was saying, and he said, "Open the third bay door, please, Dad." And it's the third bay in our garage.
I didn't mean it.
And I said, "What?"
I
Because I thought he said, "Open the door, the pod bay door, please, Hal."
Oh.
So-
No, I didn't
so,
say it in that rhythm.
so I was about to say, "I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that."
I would have laughed hysterically if you did say that.
I should have said that, but I didn't. All right, I was looking
Hey,
for another one of those.
Goshen.
I was looking for another one of those little.
Yay, Out of Goshen is going to come visit
Frosting petals.
us.
Hey, which days are you
There's
coming,
one in the
guys?
dishwasher. I don't know, but when they come, we might cook Jewish food with them. Okay, guys, here is the recipe for the cake, once again, that Mike put in the oven. Putting it in there for you, if you can get recipes. All right. Let me see, what else we got? Ooh! Oops, I didn't mean to scroll past it. Joanne says we should be a guest on Rachel Ray. Have you ever tried? It'd be perfect for you to cook something and bring the cookbook.
You know, we would really probably get along
That would
great
be
with
great,
Rachel.
probably.
She's just our type of people.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. So, any specials going on right now for the cookbook? Yes, Cheryl. We are having free shipping right now. So, if you would like our cookbook, grab it. If you want our How to Save on Groceries e-course, it is also 50% off.
I made one
Grab that.
that mentions it's free shipping in case.
Yeah, so,
Yeah, we had a lot of people asking because it was Mother's Day and a lot of people were waiting to get it and hoping their families would get it for them. And if you're hoping they'll get it for you, give them a hint now.
yep.
And if you have someone you need to get something for Mother's Day and you're having trouble deciding, these are really popular Mother's Day gifts and people tend to use them a lot. So
yeah. We have people reordering books because their books have literally fallen apart. They've used it so much.
Well, we have people that received them as Mother's Day gifts like 15 years ago, and now they're buying them for their kids.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool.
Denise, any updates on BJ? No, we don't know what's wrong with him, and we've decided to stop seeking further medical treatment, and he's just kind of adapting his life around not feeling well.
Well, the doctor the last time we went said that some people have... It's not a disease or anything. It's just a different temperament for certain things. And they were saying that, I forgot what they called it, but they had a name for what they thought might be the situation, which essentially, if he's not standing up for 14 hours in a row and he takes breaks and he eats regularly and sleeps at night.
Something about how his blood doesn't flow correctly through his veins.
So it's not like a... It's one of those things like some people have tachycardia and it's just there and you kind of... So he's been kind of doing things differently and for the most part he's felt a lot better. Occasionally he doesn't feel so great, but he's trying to rest and stuff. And I asked him, he had a follow-up doctor's appointment. I said, so have you been testing things? How are you feeling? Do you want to go to that appointment? He said, I still have days where I'm not that great, but I don't really want to go to the doctor. So...
Yeah.
So, but he seems to be functioning fairly well.
Apparently, Out of Goshen leaves in the middle of next week to go to Colorado.
Woo! Yay! They're leaving next week to come see us.
Except that they're staying in the RV.
Okay. Okay, let's see. Maybe we don't want to go to Rachel Ray. Everybody says that she doesn't treat her staff very well.
Oof.
Really?
So,
well,
lots of people ordering the book. Thank you.
Well, I guess I could see that could be possible just because I know she's very focused on her work. And some people...
Deborah says she uses her cookbook almost daily.
Yay. That's
Connie,
awesome.
Tara, would love to hear you expand on your post on Facebook about living poor. I think a lot of people would do it. Well, just stop. Stop acting like you're poor and start acting like you're rich and figure out how to buy the things you need with the money you have so then you can have more money. Somebody
asked us the other day if we were rich, would we... I think it was if we had always been rich, would we be frugal? I don't know if we would if we had always been rich. But if we knew what we know now, then yes. Because we basically just realized a lot of things aren't worth spending money on or having around because they just take up your energy. I was actually on Dave Ramsey. There's a lady who was talking the other day about she was a shopaholic or whatever, and she said she started to get away from that. She was watching QVC instead of going to the store, and she said she would see something on there and she'd think, oh yeah, that's interesting, and then she'd think, oh, I probably wouldn't use that. I guess I don't really need that.
Oh wow.
And it's when you think those things that you know you're kind of making progress. Because when I was younger, I used to just think,
interesting,
I'm feeling kind of, you know, down on life for today. Maybe I'll go walk around the stores.
Yeah. So, Tammy says her Dining on a Dime cookbook's falling apart. Tammy, I know the author, so I might be able to get you a copy.
Don't tell down just a little.
Oh.
We have
all right, Heather finally pulled the trigger and bought the book.
Woohoo.
Yay, JM, I always miss you live. Yay, but you're seeing us now.
Oh,
Cat lover.
Thank you for loving us.
I made the Sloppy Joes from Dining on a Dime and froze them. I love my Dining on a Dime cookbook. Cat Lover and Bandana Grandma and anybody else who has made videos using our Dining on a Dime cookbook, we are starting a Dining on a Dime cookbook playlist on our channel. And we want to put all of you guys' videos on there.
Recipes from what people are making.
Yeah.
Out of Goshen says, rich people are rich because they are frugal.
Yes, Out of Goshen is right. Rich people are rich because they are frugal. Seriously, that's how they get rich.
They tend to spend money on things that are more valuable and less on things that are...
Buy used and save the rest.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of the people will tend to buy things that create more money as opposed to just buying things that are gonna waste away and
Yeah.
you have to throw them away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Stop acting poor. Was that what I named that video? I couldn't remember.
Wow, cool. That's awesome. Well, that's the thing is, even when we didn't have money, I don't remember us ever really saying we were poor.
I don't
Did you
think
guys
we've
say that
ever
growing
said,
up?
no. Mom never said we were poor. She said we don't have the money for that right now.
See, that's the right now. And if you have
But-
that attitude, then your attitude is positive. If you basically say, I'm poor, I'll never be able to do that, then that, if you can change that, will change your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
What's everybody doing this weekend?
What are we doing this weekend? I got news for you guys. You want to hear my to-do list for the weekend?
It can't be much if you want the sales tax getting done.
So you have to make thumbnails for the 2 videos going up this weekend. We have to mow the yard. We have to load the truck for dump day so that the kids can take the stuff to the dump when we're gone.
Wait, are we going to leave it in the truck all week?
Why not?
Well, I just figured we'd throw it on there on the day before we go.
Yeah, that's what I want to be doing. Loading the truck full
Is
of
this where we
stuff
tell
the
the
day before
HOA
we
story
go.
again?
You just turn the truck around and then the HOA can't see it.
Yes.
See?
So Tara went and got 3 chairs to replace 3 of the chairs we had, and they're almost exactly the same kind of chairs.
Oh, I should tell you about my chair deals.
Only they haven't been Kid and Cat destroyed.
So I've been looking for a new recliner for me for like 6 months. And I need a small one, not a big one. So like a wing back recliner. And I've been looking and looking. And Sunday I found some on Facebook. So Jack and I drove to Fort Collins to go get them. And they were filthy. The lady wanted $150 for these things and they were filthy, nasty. I'm like, there's no way. She said, well, I'll take offers. I said, you'd have to sell them to me for $10 for me to take them. She was like, I'm like, sorry, but these are nasty. I'd have to do way too much work to them. So
She's a little more blunt than me.
So
I just think, no thank you, ma'am.
So
These are nasty.
So Jack and I was already clear up there, and I thought, well, okay, we'll head back down through past the thrift store and just happen to see if we find one. I found one in brand new condition for $60. So then I come home and we had 2 other chairs that we needed to replace because kids have broken the arms off and they're nasty and all this. And I just happened to look on Facebook Marketplace. Here were 2 chairs exactly like I wanted. $75 for both of them.
Both of the broken armchair?
Yeah. So I got, let's see, $354. So I got $550 worth of chairs for just over $100. Can you say that's being frugal, and that's how we're gonna get rich?
Actually,
Right?
Ruth, I love Ruth's comment. I knew a lot of wealthy people, they wore costume jewelry, kept cars forever, but bought real estate.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Real estate and things that create more money instead of
Yeah.
spending a lot of money on. It's funny because I'm sorry for all of you because I know this is probably appeals to a lot of people, but a lot of there was one time I was talking to a jeweler about those rings, the diamond rings at the stores in the mall. And he said, they just really aren't worth probably 10% of what you pay because he said you're paying for the security and the parking and all that. And I think it's interesting that the things people buy in groups, if everybody's buying it, it's probably not a good buy.
Yeah. Kelly wants to know, do we buy used or new appliances? We do both.
Appliances more often new? It depends.
So we have found appliances where somebody's moved into the house and the appliances are literally a year old or less, and we'll buy those used. I just got my dishwasher that was less than a year old, used twice, the lady said.
And it looked like it had never been used.
It looked like it'd never been used. Best thing ever.
And the stove.
Stove was used.
We had our stove caught on fire in the back. I shouldn't have said that. I'm going to scare the people that are worried about stoves. But there was some wiring for the clocks and stuff, and somehow it got shorted out. The stove that we had only had in this house, brand new house, for like, was it a year even?
Yeah.
And we found one that some people were advertising online, and they had bought a house, and it had a brand new stove, and they just took that stove out and put their stove in. Well, the stove still had all this plastic wrapped around it and all the labels with the stickers saying the energy efficiency and all that. And I was thinking, wow.
Yeah.
So I think we paid like 10% of the retail price for it, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Julie from Georgia, my friend, how are you? She was the only person who came to our meetup in Tennessee. We had a blast. We loved her.
Yes.
She was great. She drove 6 hours to see us.
Really? Wow, I didn't realize that far.
Oh, like,
wow.
man.
Oh, yeah, no, I did realize that. Sorry. I was thinking, okay, I gotcha. Oh, hey, on the appliance thing, though, typically we wouldn't be too likely to buy a used refrigerator, except we were thinking about selling the house, and we thought we'd buy a used one from our friends because we knew the condition it was in, although it ended up being too small.
Yeah.
But typically on refrigerators, after 5 or 10 years, then they start to be a lot less efficient. So in that case, we would more often buy a new one.
You make good frosting.
That is really good frosting. I keep looking back to see how much time is on the cake.
Ken wants to know.
5 more minutes on the cake.
Have y'all decided where you're going on vacation? Okay, so here's the thing. We got a ton of great ideas.
Mike's going to decide this weekend.
Thank you. But I will tell you, it is just too much work for me to I am too tired to try and figure out what to do for a vacation. So
Mike's going to do it this weekend.
Either Mike's going to figure out something or we're not going because I just don't have the
she should be afraid if Mike's going to decide.
Well, it better be relaxing because I'm not going.
So Jonathan, was it Jonathan
myself.
that told me? I think Jonathan told me we should go to Canada. And I was like, well, one of the places
Canada
we looked
would
at
be
was
fun.
That place in Minnesota you looked at was pretty close to Canada.
I think we should go grocery shopping in Canada.
But he was suggesting Canada.
And get the truth.
And I would love to go to Canada. I haven't been. I've only been to British Columbia, but it was really nice there.
Paige got rid of 5 bags of junk today.
Good job,
Paige.
And it's good to see you.
Happy birthday, Debbie, tomorrow.
Yay.
So
yeah,
Oh, go ahead.
I think the Canada would be awesome. There are a lot of places in the States I think would be awesome. Although what's funny is, as I was freezing in the library because I didn't bring my heavier jacket, it was like 40 degrees outside today. I was freezing in there thinking, man, I should get a heavier jacket and bring it in. I was communicating with Jonathan, Florida Singularity, and he said, yeah. He said, it's already really hot here. We don't need any jackets. And he said it was sweltering and humid. So I was thinking, wow, it's hard to imagine that because here we're nowhere near that.
Yeah.
So that made me think we should go north.
Yes. Okay, Jack wants to show you what he made in school. Oh, I thought you had it with you.
Somebody said something about Roblox. Oh, that's Dave.
No, yeah, don't worry. Don't pay attention to my comments.
Okay.
So I had an idea, although Heidi wasn't sure this was a good idea, so I wasn't sure. What do you guys think? I thought we should have our viewers film their grocery hauls and send them in to us to show us how much they actually pay for groceries, since I don't know what I'm talking about. What do you think?
So would we be showing like the ones that get the best deals, or we should be everybody, or
probably wouldn't be able to show everybody. We'd probably have to pick and choose, but not necessarily just the best deals.
Yeah.
But I think that would be cool to show all over the country and Canada and even like England and Ireland. Or even over in Norway, we have a few people that would show us.
We were trying to figure out though if we did, because one thing I asked Tara is if we did that, how would we have people submit it? Because we have Dropbox, but we'd spend all day downloading videos.
Well, that's what I was wondering. I don't think 1,000 people would though. Okay, Jack, come show them real quick. All right, go ahead.
What? Oh, he doesn't want. He's wondering if he needs to cover the school name.
Oh no, probably. Well, just here. Just hold it. Just hold it like that. There you go.
Oh yeah.
So, I made a book in school. It's actually a book.
So what's the name of your book?
It's called The Insane Book of Fun. And the people who actually made the book, who printed the book, say that my last name is Kildum.
That's all right.
Apparently they spelled all the students' names wrong here. You want to do this so you don't have to worry about that?
Yeah, here. So, basically, they spelled my last name Kelldm.
Hold on.
That's funny.
Yeah, I thought it was cool that he came up with the name The Insane Book of Fun.
Yep.
I'll cover it with that.
No, I don't think receipts would work well enough, Heather.
So,
The
Okay,
sticky
there you
note
go.
is just, yeah.
The Insane Book of Fun by Jack Keldum, huh?
That is a great title for a book,
they
Jack.
literally put a D in the middle of.
Man, this frosting better go away soon, or it's gonna start making.
Here,
its
I'll
way.
just park it right here by me.
Hey, there's not gonna be enough for the cake as much as you're eating.
Oh yeah, and I forgot to say something about
That
it.
is really good frosting on page 242 in the Dining on a Dime Cookbook. So I made the chocolate, but we also have caramel, fluffy white, milk chocolate, vanilla glaze. Is that like for donuts?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yep.
yum,
So-
lemon glaze. Oh.
And here it says dedicated to Alfred and Ellie at Christmas.
Oh, Dad's cake is done.
Dun.
Okay, hold on. Need a knife to check it, make sure it's cooked all the way through.
Yep.
Whoa.
Tasha,
Those cakes did get a lot bigger.
my friend was up in Kansas and Dylan's had pasta for 49 cents. Woo!
That's
For
good
a
enough, isn't
package.
it?
Maybe like 2 more minutes. Just 2 more minutes.
Linda said that's insane, Jack.
Is that 2 more minutes, including the time it takes to read?
Yeah. Eddie, hello. Yeah, Amy, I know I could apply the same thing to planning a vacation, but I don't have it in me to even plan it. I'm
71?
just too tired.
71 today in Idaho?
Gotta love Idaho.
Wow. It's actually been really nice here in Colorado lately, but it tends to swing back and forth between about, right this time of year, like 75 to 30. Up
Yeah.
and down a lot.
Yeah.
But technically, they were saying we were supposed to get rain tonight and maybe rain or snow tomorrow, but we'll believe it when we see it.
Yeah. Bandana says, Tari, you looked pretty relaxed and happy while camping in the cabin until you locked yourself out. Well, here's the thing. We weren't camping in that cabin. That was
Oh, that was a nice cabin.
That was a luxury hotel we went
You should
to.
find that video. Actually, if Tara can't find the link, you should go to our Living on a Dime YouTube, Living on a Dime channel on YouTube.
Yeah.
And do a search for, what was it? Locked ourselves out.
Locked
or something?
ourselves out.
Hold up, I'll find the link.
There's
Yeah.
we went up to Estes Park in Colorado for an anniversary getaway.
Yeah.
And it was really, really relaxing.
Yeah.
But we did manage to lock ourselves out while we were recording video of something.
Locked out in our PJs while it's 19 degrees.
Yes.
So, BJ, do you want to tell them what happened yesterday, or do you want us to tell them?
Doesn't matter to me.
Oh, and actually,
So-
they were asking about your trip, too,
so-
that you and Ellie want to come over here.
BJ had an adventure yesterday.
Get over here.
He was working on Mike's car, and he comes in from the garage, and he's like, I blew up Dad's car. 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 I was like, yes, you were. I was like, BJ, what do you mean you blew up Dad's car? Because I didn't hear anything. He's like, I think I just blew up Dad's car. I'm like, what? I said, BJ, what happened? So poor BJ was totally out of it. And so we got to the car and we look and tell him what happened.
Some animal bit through the starter wire, and I didn't notice it when I was putting the car back together.
Talk louder.
Huh?
Talk a little bit louder.
Oh, some animal bit through the starter wire, and I didn't notice it. And when I put it back together, it must have touched a piece of the frame and welded itself there, because I went to go turn the starter on Dad's car, and everything lost power, and smoke just started dumping out of the starter. And all the wires melted.
So when he went to turn it on, it just...
I had a fun time
Well,
replacing
so then
a lot of wires.
actually, so I pray every day that God will keep everybody safe because of stuff like this. And I was like, well, God kept him safe. Well, then he went and had the battery tested, and the battery was not far from the tops popping off and spewing acid all over his face while he was doing this.
It exploded when they tested it.
I mean, it was just like seconds away. So, pray
So
for your children's safety every day.
So BJ almost never calls me except to tell me of a good deal on a phone. And he called me and said, "What did you say?"
Look your car.
Like,
I said, well, the good news is you
no,
have
no.
a new-
First you said like, I'm the best dad ever, or something like that. And then you said, what was
Dad,
it?
I told him, well, the good news is your starter's replaced, but the bad news is now we have to replace all the wiring in your car.
that's funny.
Which thankfully didn't take too long.
So we are very thankful that BJ is unscarred today and all in one piece. Could have had horrible burns. Oh man. We have submitted our cookbook to QVC before. We could do it again, I guess, but
They had a lot of specific requirements about, they wanted us to change stuff in it, didn't they?
I can't.
It
I
seems
think
like-
they wanted us to have like 50,000 copies on hand before they would even
Decide if they're going to take
yeah.
it. Yeah,
and
that's
we're
what it
not
was.
we're not going to have 50,000 copies on hand when you know, they don't need to. Did you take it out of the oven?
I took it out of the
Okay.
oven. Okay, so I took the cakes out of the oven, and wow, they
so
look
put
really...
a hot pad holder here, and then we'll set it here for them.
Here, Dave. So I took the cakes out of the oven. I
Yeah.
guess I'll get another hot pad for that. It's not like we're short on hot pads. Ooh, except these are soapy hot pads. So we took them out. Apparently I put more in this one than this one.
That's all right.
So this is the brownies one. This is the... Oh, actually, can they see it, Dave?
No.
So we need to let it cool for just a little bit before we put the frosting on, and then we'll frost them.
Wow, they smell really good.
It's cake, chocolate cake.
No, they're not pot brownies.
Well, it's 420.
Yeah,
Would you stop
we don't
it?
celebrate that here in our house.
Ugh.
That's for a different part of Colorado that will remain unnamed.
Bandana Grandma said, now I believe you that messing up one of your cars is no big deal. Yeah, I told Bandana Grandma, I said, well, if you guys come and want to go to, I didn't tell you this, I guess I should have asked you, but I knew you'd say yes.
Again, Dave.
I knew you'd say yes.
Dave.
Bandana Grandma, and then we're thinking about going to, what do you call it? Yellowstone. And I said, well, if you want to borrow one of our cars. She's like, well, I don't know if Mick would really want to do that. He's kind of, I said, really? We've totaled 5 cars in 2.5 years. It is not.
Other people have totaled 5 of our cars.
Other people have totaled 5 of our cars in 2.5 years.
And your son almost blew one of
It-
your cars up.
Then BJ almost blew up another car, so believe me,
But he's our
cars are
son,
not
so
important to us.
he's our son, so even if it had been his fault,
Yes.
we would have forgiven him. But it wasn't his
Yes.
fault.
Amy T
Thankfully, it wasn't
says,
my fault.
whew, we're glad you didn't blow off that beautiful hair. Can't have you blowing off that beautiful hair.
Oh, truly, you need some kind of a hair protection when you're working on the car.
Yeah.
It does look delicious. How long does it need to cool before we frost it?
Somebody said that we cost them $54 in buying aprons because they loved our aprons.
Oh, nice.
Oh, well, I'm glad you liked it. We could come to Southern California for our vacation. Yosemite is beautiful. Oh, that would be
I
nice.
would love to go to Yosemite.
I've never been there, but in the
Oh.
summer, whew, we wouldn't want to go there in the summer. Everybody says you're looking handsome, BJ.
We tend to
So-
like going to places like that when the majority of the tourists aren't there, just because
Yeah.
we like to feel like we're alone out there. Like we were talking about going to Israel at some point, and
Frosting.
of course we had been advised that we should only go with tour groups and stuff like that. And there's part of me that was thinking I would just love to be able to stand somewhere like on the edge of the Sea of Galilee at night with nobody else around, but you can't do that in a tour group.
No.
So
Is BJ's hair insured? No, Bandana, he's not.
wow, we should find out.
Hey, for all of our friends, Bandana, Jamie, Cat Lover, guys, put your YouTube channels on so everybody can go find you guys.
So Ellen says, I hate to pay your insurance rates. Well, thankfully,
It's not, they haven't been our fault.
since those car accidents haven't been our fault, our rates haven't gone up. They did go up at one point because when BJ was first driving, he had an accident that was his fault. But they're really high because all the older kids are still on, but they pay their part.
Yeah.
We get this crazy high bill, and I feel like I need to get some,
Xanax to calm
what do you
yourself
call
down.
that stuff that your grandparents have?
Oh, nitroglycerin.
I feel like I need to keep some nitroglycerin on hand for when I get that bill, but then I realize, oh wait, each one of them is going to have to pay their portion. And they're never
Yeah.
happy to do that, but I'm thinking, you should see the bill I see.
Yeah, so since we have to drive quite a ways for school here, we pay for the kids' insurance until they're out of high school. If they would walk, they would be paying for their insurance, but they can't walk to the school here. They can't, I won't allow them to take the bus here. So we pay for it until they're out of school, and then they pay for it after they're out of high school. So.
And there was a point where.
Okay, you can go ahead.
There's a point where they were. Oh, go ahead.
Now you're gonna gently put like a little bit right in the center of each one.
Is that a little bit?
Or a lot.
Sorry. Oh, here.
It's all right.
There.
No, a little, well.
A little bit more than that. Oh, Dave, put the camera down here. People can't see all what we're laughing about. You're supposed to be doing that, dude.
Oh, you need to make poop emojis on the top.
Okay, that's not nearly enough now. I put a big old blop, and that's a too small of a blop. So.
BJ does not stand for anything in his given name except his middle name is James. Okay, where'd my... Oh, sorry.
Am I not supposed to use this?
No. Oh, come on.
Oh, this?
Well, that would work. Will work. Okay. I can see people have been putting stuff up. Well, this will work. You can do this.
So I can't use this?
No, don't use that. Okay, now gently, don't pull the bottom of it, but just scrape the top over some of it. Yep, just like that. Mm-hmm.
This is thicker than that stuff that comes in the can at the store. Nothing wrong with that, though. Oh, man. This is that super delicious frosting you make for birthday cakes, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, I could tell by the look of it when I tried to
Amy T. BJ should wear a foil shower cap at all times when working on cars. He'd look like you would think aliens are coming.
Yeah.
Florida Singularity. Jonathan, you can stand on the edge of the Sea of Galilee with no one else around, sort of. I can help you arrange your dream trip to Israel. See, Jonathan, you're getting that advertising down. Good job, dude.
Yeah, Florida Singularity does
travel stuff.
They've done a trip he and a friend are working on a little company. They've organized a trip to Israel before, and they're doing it again. I think they have another one already in the planning. Yeah. So throw some more on.
Yeah. So we don't allow our children to ride the school bus. I rode the school bus as a child, and it was
a terrifying experience.
It was a terrifying experience, and I will never let my kids, and especially here, kids are smoking pot at the
bus stop.
The bus stop. Whoa, that is plenty.
Just at school.
We can't use it all?
Well, if you want a little bit of cake to go with your frosting, you can.
They're smoking and vaping and doing a lot of stuff.
And they do all kinds of stuff they shouldn't be doing, so I just don't allow that.
When we were kids, the bus drivers didn't, well, at least our bus drivers didn't do any, they didn't keep anything crazy from happening either.
Yeah. BJ's first name is Michael. He's named after Michael.
In retrospect, I probably wouldn't have made that choice, but...
Yeah. We thought it was a good idea at the time. Now we regret it, but oh well, so goes life.
So, I was thinking, I'm not sure why people name their kids after themselves, but because he's not a little me.
No, he's not.
I don't know why when we were younger that sounded to me like a good idea. It was kind of a tradition in various parts of our family to name your kid after yourself.
Yeah, they're
this looks like a meatloaf now.
Okay. So
Mike really slopped this on here. Oh, hey, so that's Tara's.
Actually, that's not bad. That's okay.
It's not? Oh, okay. Wow.
Okay, so cut this. Let's cut a piece.
Ooh.
So they can see what it looks like. Well, it's not really cool.
Wait, that's a huge piece.
Oh, dear. Okay, well, this maybe wasn't the best idea.
What?
The frosting is melting, but okay, that's what it looks like, guys. Can you see it? Okay, now I have it all over my hands.
But we could dump it out of the cake pan and frost the whole thing all the way down the sides, like if we want to make it a birthday cake or something, right?
Yeah, you can. Oh man, now I'm gonna have to lick that frosting off my hand.
Or you're gonna have to redo the toilet paper test.
Uh-oh, Mike's gonna have to test it now to see if Mike likes chocolate cake.
Oh man, that is good.
Yum.
Yum, yum, yum.
I was trying to decide what's different about it with the oatmeal.
It makes it more moist. Heather, yeah, school bus was terrible when I was a kid. Yeah, I would not allow it. Even we drove 7.5 hours at one point between BJ, Mike, and I, getting kids to school the year Emily came to live with us.
Although,
and
at that time, the schools our kids were going to, we would not have been able to get a bus.
Well, yeah. No, BJ is not short for Benjamin. There is no B in BJ's name. So anyway.
It was just a random, well, you don't want to call him this, we don't call him that, how about we call him BJ?
Wendy,
Oh,
any
okay.
advice on how to handle the finances of working young adults still at home? You mentioned in another video that you charge rent. I was wondering how much. I have a 19-year-old still at home. Okay, so we charge rent. Right now, it's like $150 a month.
Are we charging Ellie or just BJ?
When now we did it when they turned 20 because of the way the high school ended. So we just decided at 20 to do that because of the way some of the high schools ended. So we decided 20. They get charged $150 a month, and then it's going to start going up. They pay all of their car insurance and all of their expenses, clothes, spending money, special foods that's not food for the family.
And when they were in school, we paid for their gas to school because it was a long way for them.
Yeah.
But there was a point where, like in the summer or after school, they started driving a lot more than the school time.
So we would
said,
give them so much in gas.
So this is your school money, and now you have to pay the rest.
Yep. Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah.
They also pay, BJ's now paying for all of his clothes, right?
Yeah. So now he pays for all of his expenses, and he can eat what food we have.
Now, he has some great skill as a mechanic and in other areas like that, and we have exchanged, we've let him barter a little bit for some of that. So like this time when he needed to fix, when my starter went out, he was going to fix it for us, so we paid for the part, and then we discounted his rent for the amount of labor. That was, he asked us to do it that way. We could have just paid him and then had him pay us the rent, and that would work too.
Yeah, and so like with Ellie, she's going to start here pretty soon paying, so if she wants to help me with some of the business stuff or whatever in exchange for rent, then we can do that. But they work for it, and we don't pay them real well either. I will say we're not paying him mechanic's wages. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, we pay him less than mechanic wages because he's not a certified mechanic.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're taking some risk that if something bad happens to the car.
Like the car blows up.
And so, something else I was going to say on that. We never pay for cell phones for the kids, ever. So there's a certain age, we don't let them have them until they're 16 and they have a driver's license and they have a job to pay for it.
Yeah.
And then we'll let them pay for it, but we don't sign off on their plan or anything like that. We don't sign on credit cards for kids. Like BJ, at one point he was talking about getting one. I think he mentioned maybe something else. He doesn't want to charge anything, but he just wanted to have some credit in case he needed it for something. Although I can't imagine besides a house why he would want credit.
Yeah.
But the thing is, on that, he was looking at a thing where you could buy you could pay for I forget what it's called, a secured credit card. You have to have money in the bank that matches the amount of the credit limit just to teach you how to do it, and then they extend your credit as they see that you're wise with it. But we don't have to be involved in that, and I think that's really wise. There was something else. We don't pay for really any regular, like if they want to go out and do stuff, they have to pay for that out of their own money.
Bye, Jamie.
Bye.
Yeah, cell phones, we do not pay for their cell phones. They pay for their cell phones, period. If it was a life and death emergency type thing and they really need a cell phone, they can use MicroEyes. If it's something where they needed it every day, then we would get them a flip phone.
So the idea is we're trying to encourage them to be independent as they get older. So like with Ellie, when she got to be 16 and had a job and a driver's license, she was thinking maybe she didn't want to buy a phone because she didn't want to spend the money. And so at that time, she was driving a long way to school, and I don't think that kids are going to die if they break down somewhere for the most part, but at the time we were thinking, well, what do we do? She doesn't get a phone. It would be nice if she had something in case of an emergency. So I went to the store and looked at flip phones that had minutes plans where you could have like 100 minutes or something, which isn't enough to just chit-chat on the phone all the time. And the idea then would be, here's a phone and its only purpose is if you have an emergency or you're not going to be home on time or something you need to know.
And you know, Wendy, if he's working to pay for his college and he is actually saving up the cash to pay for college, then give him, you know, you don't have to charge him rent for something like that. But honestly, you know, I think it's good to charge them some because they really need to know how to manage money and that kind of thing. So
well, and there are things like we require them on, like if we go out of the country with them, they're supposed to pay their part.
Yeah.
Although I paid a little bit of Ellie's when we went to Ireland last year because she didn't really have a big graduation and all that. And it was kind of like a gift. That part was like a gift.
We
But
didn't have a
we still
graduation
had her
party
pay,
for her,
We
so,
still had her pay a substantial amount of it, though, because when kids get a lot of stuff for free, they just don't respect it. And I learned when I went to Europe when I was 16, I worked all summer to pay for my trip there. And I went there with all these high school kids and some of their mothers. And when I tell the story, you'll have to be mortified about the mothers having been there. But the kids just wanted to get drunk all the time and lay passed out in the room. And I realized their parents paid for their trip. I paid for my trip, and so I just ditched them. And I went out and did my own thing, which my parents weren't too happy to hear when I got back to the States. But the thing is, I felt like I worked hard for this trip, and I'm not going to just sit here and watch a bunch of people getting sick because they just want to come here and drink. And so that's why our thought all along was they're going to have to pay.
Yeah.
And now the rent thing Tara was talking about, we started, how much did you say we started? 150?
150.
And then we kind of up it progressively as time goes by. And the goal there is not to have them living with us forever.
Yeah.
And the thing is, we don't want to, honestly, there's part of us that if they were going to move, it'd be like, oh, well, okay, there's a part of me anyway. You would want the hugs from the boys.
Well, I would, yes.
That never hug you anyway.
I'd be like,
But-
see ya, we're going, I don't care.
But we're not feeling urgent that they move out real soon. But as they get older, it starts. I think they need to leave. So progressively, the rent would go up enough to eventually be a motivator that maybe they would want to be somewhere else.
Let's see, Paula. You make your kids pay for their parts of trips. Weird. No, it's not weird. Our children are adults.
We don't make them pay for their part of a family vacation.
But the adult kids.
But if they're going to Europe, we're not going to pay for that.
Yeah, that's something special.
Unless we take the whole family there.
Yeah.
And then we would probably.
So that's
pay for
something
that.
special. So, all right, guys, let's see. Our Pinterest giveaway winner is Melanie H.
Yay,
Melanie.
So.
You.
Oh, you have her email address already. Yay.
I am sending you. Please send us your address, email right now. You won!
Yay!
All right, so Melanie, I just shot you an email there. Send me your information.
I want to say a little more on the other thing. So we've taken the whole family to like Branson, Missouri, or to other places in the United States, and when we do that, they don't have to pay. Because if they don't have a choice to go, we don't. But if they want to do something that's really expensive, like Ellie wants to go to New Zealand, she has to pay for that. Yeah. And when she and I went to Ireland, it was her idea to go, but I was just going with her because we didn't want her to go alone. But in the end, I paid for some of it because it was a gift to her. But I didn't want to pay for all of it because people get to
entitled brats.
They feel entitled to things for free that you as the parent will have to pay for until you die if they don't learn to start taking responsibility for their own things. And I found that when I paid for myself to go to Europe when I was 16, it made me feel empowered, like I can do this. And I think it's important for kids to have that sense of empowerment because so many people get out of high school and everyone's giving them everything, and then they go through college and everyone's giving them everything. Then they get out of college and they hit the real world, and then they just have a complete mental breakdown because the world doesn't work that way, but that's what they've come to think the world is.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
All right. So, guys, that is it. Please check out our cookbook. It is on sale this
and make some of
week
this
for
delicious
Mother's Day.
cake with this amazing frosting.
Yum.
So, I forgot what page the cake was on. 220 something.
2 something. I can't remember.
It's $2.29 in Dining on a Dime, and the frosting that I made was on page 242 in Dining on a Dime. But if you don't have Dining on a Dime, Tara shared the post, and you can also find the post in the show notes at livingonadime.com. Clicking on show notes, there's a frosting there too.
Okay, guys, we do not charge our 14-year-old and our 8-year-old rent.
Who would
We
do
charge
that?
our adult children who are still living at home because rent is ridiculously expensive in Colorado right now. The housing prices have gone through the roof.
So
we
we're
charge
charging
our adult children, not our young children.
and our adult children aren't even paying anywhere near the market rate for what
No.
they're getting in the house.
But
we're just sort of building them into it a little at a time so that when they finally get to that point, it's not a shock to them.
But they do a lot, like extra car repairs and helping shipping books and stuff like that also.
And if they go if they go way out of the way, we'll discount their rent. Like my car starter was a little more than just BJ's normal thing doing for us. So we paid him. So we discounted it. We actually didn't charge him rent for some amount of time.
So we discounted his rent for that because we would have had to pay a mechanic and he would do it. So that's what we did. All right, guys.
We don't charge our younger kids. Although there are people that have said those stories about us before.
Yeah. And thank you guys. I have 1 unicorn soap left out of all of those. Wow. I sold them all. I've got more unicorns on the way. So we will see you guys on Monday. I have Bandana Grandma says, I think Jack should have a Kool-Aid stand to pay for his share.
He would love that.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. That's funny. All right, guys, we will let you go and have a great weekend. We are going to rest, and we'll see you guys on Monday.
Bye. Have an awesome weekend.
Wait.
Okay. Another piece of this chocolate.
Bye.
So awesome.
Buy a day.